Greetings, my name is Rodney James. I'm here to talk to you about some V picks, some guitar picks. We're going to go over a few things here. We're going to go over some of the strings and some of the elements that create tone and create expression. But starting point is, of course, the fingers on the fretboard and the pick you use. Let's talk about guitar picks. As we all know, guitar picks create the articulation we play. You know, when we strike the string, of course, we can go out and just get the typical guitar picks, which I used to play for years until I discovered these, which is vpicks.com. You can go there and check out all the different models they have, which will give you an enormous amount of different tones, which is amazing. I mean, you can actually increase your playing and enhance your skill, because some of the picks are a little more difficult at first until you get the hang of it. So I recommend trying a few models and find out which one you kind of gel with, and then also try ones that you're not comfortable with. That way it kind of stretches your picking technique and takes you in a different place. I prefer the Screamer, which there's a couple Screamer models. There's the clear ones and then there's the solids. They have a little bit of a different tone. And then I also like the Mummy and quite a bunch of other models I really get into, but those two models I found that hone in on my sound and my approach and my technique. So I definitely recommend try some and kind of experiment, change your picking technique as far as your right hand, and your angles and different pitches. You can actually get enormous amount of dynamics and articulation that you normally don't get from a conventional pick. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and play a couple things and just kind of give you a little demonstration of some of the sounds and the picking technique, and I'll come back and talk to you. What we have here is a V-Picks, guitar picks, handmade in Nashville, USA case, this is awesome. I collect V-Picks. They're so eccentric and more of a boutique thing, so I like to collect different models for different tones. So it's really neat if you get a hold of vpicks.com there, Vinny, and Vinny's awesome, Vinny and Nancy. You can get a case made for yourself and then get different models. Like in here, I have all kinds of different models they have to offer. Of course, like I mentioned before, my Screamer is one of my favorites. And then the Mummy, but I have like the Snake, I've got Diamond, well, look at this. This is like a crystal nugget. It's called Insanity. It's absolutely insane, which is really cool. It's a beautiful pick, and it's got a whole different tone to it. So the models I have here, probably about 15, maybe 10, 15 models somewhere in here. I've been collecting for a while, and I would say this one here is a different, unique pick because of the tip. And that's the big key when you're playing guitar, is your tip and the way it strikes the string and the way the string resonates. So acrylic kind of creates a very unique attack, and there's two types here. Let me give you an example. This right here is called the Nexus. See how it has a very polished tip, very polished, and which is really nice because it kind of browses across the strings real smooth. This one here has a it's an unbuffed edge, because they call this the buffed, and this is the unbuffed. The unbuffed has a slur, and it strikes and it creates a very unique kind of, almost a haunting slur to it, which is really, really expressive. That's something to really experiment with, because you can do all kinds of different tones. It's amazing. I definitely recommend trying a lot of them, and because they're all so different. I mean, I can play probably 10 different picks out of this case and have 10 different attacks, 10 different feels, and which takes our playing, as we know, anytime we change our tone, we change guitars, we change strings, it creates a different, unique feel, which takes us in a different place as a musician. Hope you all enjoyed the video. This was part one. We do have part two coming out here in a while, so if you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can stay tuned for that. It'll be fairly soon. The date's not set, but it's going to be really interesting. We're actually going to have a lot of fun in the more creative, eccentric, goofy realm, which is really cool because I'm inspired by V-picks. I'm inspired by tone and guitars, and I'm going to cover the tone zone, which is your rig, your chords, your pickups, the woods in your guitar, whatever you use for your sound, all the way to the microphone, to the recording console or your live rig, whatever it may be. So I'm going to kind of go into some of those details and how much strings and picks make a huge difference from the human contact point to the instrument as it flows through your chord and to your rig, and of course ultimately through the microphone to record or play live, whatever you're doing. So that's what's coming next in part 2. And this guitar, as you can see, is a little different guitar than I played for the video. This is called Green Guitar Project. It's a new company, amazing. This one was made just recently. I just picked it up. It's awesome, and it's a GGP. Stay tuned for that as well, and I'll cover some more details about this instrument and a couple of the Ibanez, because I've been an Ibanez guy for so long. But this guitar is a bit different character, which I love both, of course. So that's it, you guys, and it's been fun. I hope you enjoyed something, maybe learned something, or maybe a little awareness kind of expanded on how much the guitar pick really plays a big role in our tone and our expression. And we'll see you soon.